Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to the whole for the elect. The brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, and a lot of things going on in the news right now. You know, a lot of divisions, especially with this whole Mando. You know, they got a song called Mando, meaning mandatory. All right, and with Biden, Sleepy Joe making things Mando. All right, people are getting riled up and stirred up. Man, I've seen a clip. All right, of these Edomites when Biden came to visit their town, and you can hear them yelling in the background. They were saying, "No, tyrant, go away!" You know, and it was like, "Look, this is still America. I can't believe it's come to this in America." You know, and this is gonna be the sentiment for a lot of Americans. All right, because the simple fact is that this place was built off of the illusion of liberty, the illusion of freedom of rights, of certain rights. I mean, look at the Constitution in which this place was built off of. It's become a crime to even mention the Constitution. Now, you can even see officers, okay, police officers, in a lot of these little different videos where guys be saying, "Hey, I know my rights. You can't do this. You can't do that." You see, officers, they seem to get offended when you mention that they do not have tyrannical power over you to force you to do every single thing that they want you to do, okay, without reason. You'll get pulled. Guys will get pulled over, which really, going into that, this is a side topic through the spirit, okay. I watched a video where Jake was basically going into he was talking to the cop all type of way, and he's just like, "Look, we ain't getting out the car. We ain't getting out the car. Nigga, fuck you." He was like cussing him out and everything, and I'm just like, "Damn, Jake, you know what I'm saying?" This nigga could kill you, And I was just like, he's in the wrong spirit. But you just kind of see this happening, all right, where Jake is getting riled up, all right, and let me get a precept. See if this is it. Genesis 49:9, because you see this happening. We're going to have insurrections any day now, okay? Genesis 49:9, which that happens to more than likely be the topic of this lesson. It says, "Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?" So basically, okay, he's a lion's whelp. All right. Now from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. Okay. So imagine a lion leaving away from the prey. He basically left the battlefield. He went to go chill. He went to go sit down. Well, that was Judah. That was you so-called blacks. Okay, for a time. Okay, because during the Watts riots and things of that nature, Jake was really into this black power. Fight the power. Fight the power. All these different things. Jake was into that. Real tough. All right. And then they kind of chilled out and just kind of got complacent. They got their little weed and their little whatever drugs, and they crack hit and all these different things hit. And Jake went into a state of chilling, of sitting down, ain't really doing too much. They just was dealing with shit, and I'm even noticing now as I'm out, more people smoke now than ever I've seen before. I was in the store just waiting on them to give me this, give me some food or whatever. And I just noticed everybody damn near that came in was getting cigarettes, blunts, this, that, the. I'm just like, damn, I ain't never seen this many people smoke, and they're making stuff legal too. Medical marijuana and all this shit is becoming legal. So people are getting in, have been medicating now more than ever. All right, which that's also like a wild of the devil to keep the people docile while they push this shit on them. It's like they had to finally go ahead and like, all right, we'll let these niggas have weed or whatever because we want to try to keep as many people in this docile state as possible because they coming with the bullshit. Nevertheless, all right, the Most High is going to rouse these people up in these days because that ain't going to be enough, okay, for certain people to stay in that state of whatever, just letting it happen. And what's going to happen when they don't have access to that, and you just see this happening. So let's get to this article, right? It says GOP seizes at Sleepy Joe's mandate, even in states requiring other serpent bites. Okay, it says like other Republican governors around the country, Tate Reeves of Mississippi reacted angrily to the C-19 jab mandate President Biden imposed on private businesses, okay, declaring the move terrifying, he wrote on Twitter. This is still America, and we still believe in freedom from tyrants. And you got to remember, you know, these Proud Boys, these people that are proud to be an American, these people, they really feel like in their heart of hearts, in their down to their soul, that this place is a place of freedom, and this is America, you know, the land of the free, home of the brave. They really be putting their heart into and singing these anthems and shit. Okay, so when you see things being forced upon them, they're not just gonna lay down and take this shit. All right, people are not laying down and taking this like they hoped. All right, and they're gonna have to take draconian measures in order to move things along. You see? Let's get this. And Sleepy Joe really is the epitome of this right here. Revelation 13:11 says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." Now this represents a two-party system, all right? Republicans and Democrat. And this represents America. This other beast coming out of the earth, okay? This represents America. And what you have now is he's beginning to speak as a dragon. See, because when Sleepy Joe came out, he made a lot of promises. He made a lot of promises. And he had to end up with him, okay, to further make Jake feel comfortable. We're gonna end systemic racism, and we're gonna do all these different things, and we're gonna do this and do that, and you know, I'm for the people, you know, and even to the point where you had a young Jake singing, you know, oh, I'm free, you know, he's singing his heart out. Like, because Biden got in office, you know, this nigga was about to see salvation. Okay, no, that's not what's happening. All right, you trusted your enemy, and now this shit's biting you in the ass. All right, and he's speaking as a dragon. And Sleepy Joe, you know, when you first see him, you be like, oh, this nigga ain't, you know, whatever, this nigga ain't serious. But this nigga finally started you know how they show on the cartoons where the cartoon character be sleeping, they got the little snot bubble coming out and the little Z's coming out. This nigga done woke up and now he mad, you know. Nigga be looking half asleep. Now you talking big shit, and people is not with it. Okay, it said this is a deep inconsistency in that argument. And okay, so I think she said what? Yeah, she's the governor of Mississippi. All right, now it says here there is a deep inconsistency in that argument. Okay, and what she said about, you know, the freedom, right? It says because Mississippi has some of the strictest serpent bite mandates in the nation, which have not drawn opposition from most of its elected officials. Not only does it require the children to get these things against the measles, the mumps, and other diseases. I probably shouldn't have said that word. It's like, whatever, we'll see. To attend school, but it goes a step further than most states by barring parents from claiming religious, philosophical, or conscientious exemptions. You see? So this is something that's out of character for them, because normally they with it. They like, nigga, we don't care what your religious, we don't give a fuck, nigga, you taking this shit. Now they like, this is unjust. You know? Sound a little double-minded. But anyway, this place is divided against itself, all right? Resistance to the mandates was once a fringe positions in both parties, meaning it wasn't that common, wasn't that popular. It says more the realm of misinformed celebrities than mainstream political thought. But the fury over this mandate shows how a once extreme stance has moved to the center of the Republican Party. The governor's opposition reflects the anger and fear about the thing among constituents and now central to their base, while ignoring longstanding policy and legal precedent in favor of similar, requirements. All right. So as you see it, man, as you see it, you know, there's people going against each other, man. Mark 3. Okay. And 23 says, and he called unto them and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, he be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. All right. And these Edomites, the so-called white people, all right, they are the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. All right. You know, and they're divided against themselves. Okay. They went from being in one consent of doing certain things to now they're realizing, damn, wait a minute. Not only is this about getting Jake, but we're caught up in the crossfire, because everybody gotta get bit by the serpent, you know. In the talks, man, you can just see when people be talking, you be like, yo, this is some bullshit. It's so much that I want to just go in depth on of different things that I've seen, but I'll be like, yo, we gotta keep it kind of. You gotta be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. They'll clip your whole shit. You know, your shit'll be gone. Your channel. You know, I seen a news thing where the dude was like, yeah, man, it's not lining up with what the science they say behind it is. They tell you that once you get bit by the serpent, then it's supposed to stay in you, okay, and protect you pretty much indefinitely, but then they require you to continue getting it because it ain't circulating enough, or it's just it's weird. It's like, it ain't circulating enough, so you got to boost it. It just sounds a bunch of bullshit to me, honestly. And we know that this devil is this devil's full of crap, man. But anyway, let's get this. 2 Esdras 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So they're going to do what they feel like doing. Okay? "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." You see? And there's going to come a time where, the troops is going to have to come in, the Gurga troops, the native, what is it? What do they call them? The National Guard troops, all right? Those different troops from those different countries, they're not going to have the same mercy that, American troops may have on the American people. They're going to look at you as enemies, because they're going to be told, look, the American people have become an enemy. And you're going to get raped, robbed, murdered, all type of shit. Legally too. You're gonna be looked at as a war criminal. Okay. And also, the American people are going to turn on each other, like it says in verse 19. "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, or shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Right? And hey, did you see with this? Let's see. Boom. Let's see if it's any more in this. It says he also imposed the snake bites on federal workers and many healthcare workers, but Republican outrage is really boiling over his plan to require all private sector businesses with more than 100 employees to mandate or weekly tests for their workforces. All right. They call this move a power grab. I'm just skimming through. Henry McMaster of South Carolina promised to fight Biden in court to the gates of hell. You see the energy that's being and this is all by design, honestly. They want something to happen so that they can bring in the troops. They need an excuse. Governor Greg Gianforte of Montana called it an unlawful and un-American, and the governor of Alabama said it's outrageous and overreaching. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay. They say legally he's on solid footing to be able to do this because they're grounded in federal workplace safety laws. They say Republican governors who insist that these things are an intrusion on personal liberty need a refresher on their own state policies. That's pure hypocrisy, which in a way it is, because like I said in Mississippi, the other ones are required, and you can't use religious exemptions. But this is different because the way that this is different is because in their mind, it hasn't gone through enough testing. It hasn't gone through enough tests and had a long-term trials to understand what the side effects is, which is true. But at the same time, we know what they want to do with this thing. They want to fuck people up. So shit, they probably have been testing how to motherfucking kill people. Anyway, they would not mandate blah blah blah. So that's all I want on here. So I'm gonna just read this Isaiah 19:2, and I'm gonna end it. All right. Isaiah 19:1. "The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. You see? So this is going to happen to this place, you know. This daughter of Egypt, America, Babylon the Great, all right, is going to be met with this fate, okay? The Egyptian is going to be against the Egyptian. Edomite versus Edomite, all right? And every kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. This place is out the door, man. So just endure, you know, stay grounded, you know, stay in this truth, man. Stay focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And just keep your eyes open, man. Be circumspect. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I want to say Shalom. Wa ba ba ba. Shalom.